What is up, you guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix, and today I got a pretty serious topic. It's a pretty serious topic because this has to do with an ex-employee from Xbox. Now, it's always interesting. It's always interesting when somebody that worked at a company leaves the company and then they tell you all about it, right? Because it's one thing to see what the news is saying about Xbox themselves, but it's something completely different to what an ex-employee used to say. And this was actually an Xbox executive, and he has something to say about the Xbox Game Pass that I've kind of been saying on this channel for a while. Okay, now before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit the notification bell, and like this video, guys. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, so if you want to keep up with that, if you like nerd culture, geek culture, anime, and the gaming industry, make sure to subscribe to the channel, stay up to date. All right, now I'm here at videogamechronicles.com, right? And it says Ed Fries compares the service's potential impact to Spotify. People just don't buy songs anymore. Yeah, actually, yeah. Let me ask you, when was the last time you bought a song? You bought a song, and honestly, I can tell you. I bought CDs. The last CDs or album I bought, the reason why I bought it was because you couldn't find it anywhere else, right? It was from Tom McDonald. He's a very controversial rapper, right? But nowadays you don't have to. You don't have to buy CDs. I mean, FYE. If you guys remember FYE, the store where you would buy DVDs and CDs, that was really popular in the 2000s and the 90s. Guess what? Try to find a store like that today. I mean, a lot of them are going out of business. I'm surprised some of them are still around, But anyways, let's get reading. Let's see what this guy has to say. And he says, former Microsoft executive Ed Fries has expressed concerns over the potential impact the company's Game Pass subscription service could have on the gaming industry, right? And the Xbox Game Pass is basically the Netflix of video games. You can subscribe for $20 a month, $15 a month, however much it is. And then you can play whatever games are available on the library. You don't need to buy them. You don't need to spend more money. You don't need to, it's kind of like a buffet. You when you go into a buffet, you pay your fee, you walk in and you eat as much as you want until you're content, right? And so Fries, this guy has a funny name, this ex-executive. So the guy that used to work at Xbox Microsoft, he says Fries didn't give an explicit answer, but said that he was scared of the impact Game Pass could have should it become dominant business model like Spotify has in the music industry. He also made broad claims about Spotify's impact on the music industry, some of which have been disputed by experts. Yeah, Spotify changed the music industry because, like I said, you don't need to. You subscribe for $10, $15 a month, listen to as much music as you want, and then a lot of these record companies and record labels and artists, they get scared because when you are able to consume that much music for a small amount of money, they don't make money. So it's like all the money. A lot of the money in the industry is going in one direction, towards one company. That is why the subscription model is so powerful. This article it mostly talks about Spotify. It keeps comparing it to Spotify, but it doesn't really talk about Netflix, right? Like Netflix, how Netflix and Hulu back in this article is from 2014, by the way. Netflix and Hulu were basically killing cable TV. Because anything that you can watch on cable, you can pretty much watch it on Netflix and Hulu. So a lot of people started, getting rid of cable and just keeping their internet and basically cutting their bill by more than half. And then the same thing happened with Uber and Lyft. Why would you pay, $50, of a taxi so that they can take you 10 miles to your destination when Uber and Lyft can take you to the same place 5-10 miles for like $15, more than, basically cuts the price in half. So Uber and Lyft, they made transportation affordable, right? And this is basically what what cloud gaming is doing is making gaming so affordable to the point that you don't even need to buy a console. You don't need an Xbox. You don't need a PlayStation. You don't need a Nintendo Switch. But let's keep reading. And then it says, as of January 2020, Game Pass has over 25 million subscribers. That's a really big number. Like, I know Netflix has 200 million subscribers, but 25 million subscribers, that's a pretty big deal, guys. Just according to Microsoft, so it still has a long way to go before it reaches the level of Spotify, 182 million, and Netflix with 222 million, which that number from Netflix is actually going down. Says, in fact, it has recently estimated that subscription services account for 4% of annual games revenue in Europe and North America, compared to 65% of the global music business.
Damn!
Holy freaking smokes. So the music business, 65% of the revenue comes from Spotify and subscription services, right? Imagine that. And then like 5-10 years from now, I'm guessing like more than 50% of video game revenue is going to come from, subscription services. From the PlayStation Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, Xbox Game Pass, Nintendo Online. You get the point. All right, now let's keep reading. Both Microsoft and PlayStation have said they don't believe subscriptions will ever be dominant model in video games. However, former Microsoft executive Ed Fries encouraged the platform holders to be careful over the business models they create. And look, let me tell you something. And I talked about this before. I talked about how cloud gaming is gonna take over. Look, guys, don't you think that if Microsoft and PlayStation, Sony, if they could save more money on making a console and physical copies of a game, they could save billions of dollars and just put everything on the cloud for the entire world to play. They'll have hundreds of millions of subscribers worldwide. And then when that happens, nobody's going to need a console. You can play for your laptop. Your laptop is going to be your asset. And more importantly, the only games that are not going to be on the cloud are games that are created by independent game developers, by indie gamers. So indie developers are going to be very valuable in the future if this takes over. It says the one thing that they're doing that makes me nervous is Game Pass. He said Game Pass scares me because there's a somewhat analogous thing called Spotify that was created for the music business. Right? He goes on to say when Spotify took off, it destroyed the music business. It literally cut the annual revenue of the music industry in half. The former Microsoft executive claim it's made it so people just don't buy songs anymore, right? People don't buy songs on iPhone, for example, because why would you? They're all on a subscription service app. Apple said they're going to take away buying songs because no one's buying them anymore. Holy damn. Could you imagine that? I mean, Apple is saying this. They're going to take away buying songs, the option to buy songs, because barely anybody's buying them. And then if you take a look at the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch has so many digital downloads. Same thing with, something like Epic Game Store, Steam, a lot of digital downloads. So when more than 80% of people are downloading games legally and spending money that way, why would stores like GameStop exist? Those things are gonna go out of business. And actually, the only other thing that they could make money off is merchandise. If people are not gonna buy games, then sell them merchandise, toys, plush, T-shirts, accessories, a wallet with some video game logo on it, right? Merchandise, kind of like YouTubers. But anyways, and then finally down here it says, so Game Pass makes me nervous as a customer. I love it. I love Spotify as a customer. I have all the songs I ever want. It's a great deal as a customer, but it isn't necessary. Great for the industry. And that is absolutely right. It is good for the consumer. It is not good for the industry because one company has all the power, right? And in the future, like indie game developers are going to be, I mean, if they resist the urge to join a cloud gaming service, right? Like Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, if they resist the urge, they can sell directly to the consumer, and they will make billions of dollars, right? A gaming studio, indie developers, they can be huge in the future. So this is a big deal. This is a big deal, and this is a former Microsoft Xbox executive telling this to you, right? So the future looks kind of dystopian. The future looks kind of dystopian for the gaming industry. So I recommend you guys, hold on to your consoles, hold on to your Nintendo 64, hold on to your PlayStation 2, hold on to your NES, hold on to your Nintendo Wii, hold on to your Nintendo Switch, right? Hold on to your PlayStation 4. Don't sell it. Keep it. And whatever other games you have on it. And yeah, man. So this is the future of gaming is gonna be crazy, and we haven't even gotten to like virtual reality yet, or like that type of gaming, augmented reality, VR, virtual reality. But I am going to stop there. Whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Tell me what you think. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for future notifications. I talk about anime, gaming, geek culture, and Japanese culture. So stay tuned, you guys. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.